Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Coach Micheal Burt, good morning to you. It's Tennessee weather, man. It's cold. It's warm one day and 75 and cold the next day. This is what we're going to talk about this morning. So I want to say good morning to everybody who's out there. My name's Coach Burt. I believe everybody needs a coach in life. I believe a good coach can change your life. Hope you're off to a great start on this Tuesday morning. Obviously, if you follow us from around the world, you saw some, devastating news yesterday in Nashville. I thought about last night just what to even say, other than it's almost hard to find words to say when things like that happen. Didn't even really know what to say, other than prayer for those families, prayer for those people. So if you're out there, thanks for the people who sent messages from around the country, because yesterday was a tough day for Nashville. All right, this morning I'm going to talk about one thing: attitude. And it's interesting because attitude is really, good morning, Chris Cannon. Good to see you. It's really the one thing that affects everything, right? And I was thinking about this one day, that people really never define attitude, but attitude is a posture of the body, represented by a physical state many times. An attitude is the position you take toward people, toward adversity, toward life, toward business, toward your sales, right? Attitude is a posture of the body, represented by a physical state. And a lot of people, because of the world, wake up with a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, a lot of insecurity. And that puts them in kind of a fear-based attitude. Now, when I was a basketball coach, I remember always saying this: playing not to lose, always guaranteed losing. So how do you change a bad attitude to a good attitude? See, if you're in an airplane, the airplane has what's called an attitude indicator in there. And that attitude indicator tells you, are you climbing? Are you moving up? Have you reached your desired altitude, David Speck, or are you landing? Right? And in life, I write about this in the new book, Flip the Switch. I didn't say it like that. I said you're either dynamic and growing, you are stuck and plateaued, or you are or you're entropic, which is disintegrating. It means you headed in the wrong direction. Your business is headed in the wrong direction. Now, here's the good news. I've had times in my life I had a terrible attitude, right? Negative. There was time in my life, the more intense I got, the more negative I became. And what I realized is that I never really got any results during that period of my life. I always hit ceilings. I always got to a place I just couldn't break through. And then I remember around 25 years old, through a breakdown really, I said, man, I'm gonna try a new thing. I'm gonna be intense and positive. And there's a coach there that I was coaching with at the time. We were coaching the Nike team, which are the 12 best players in Tennessee. What's up, David? Randy Kaufman. Man, this dude was intense and positive. And I just observed. I sat back and I observed how hard those players played for him. I observed D. Hodges. Man, I observed how much fun he was having. And I went home that night and I told my roommate, it was Brandon Burks, because I was a young basketball coach, winning 20, 25 games a year and then getting beat. I went home and I told Brandon Burks, I said, man, I'm going to try something new. Listen to what I just said. I'm going to change my attitude. I've had a bad attitude, right? Amber, which is a posture of the body represented by physical state. And I'm going to change my attitude. And I changed my attitude to intense and positive, right? Sales in this country, it's so easy to get up in this country and talk about all negative things. There's a lot of negative things to talk about every day, but there's a lot of positive things too, man. And what I have found is the way you approach these things, your belief about people, your belief about your belief about potential, your belief about your business. So that's what I'm going to be teaching. I got a group at the lodge. I'm doing this for the very first time. I call it the Power Five. It's me and 5 people at the lodge. They stayed at my lodge last night. I had dinner with them, and I'm going to go spend 2 days with them. And the very first thing I'm going to tackle is just your overall attitude toward life and your business and how you approach it. And obviously we call that the sewer cycle and the success cycle. So whatever attitude you got, remember this, it's either growing, you're going places. And guess what? People are going to want to be a part of what it is you're doing. You're going to have opportunities you never imagined. You're going to have people reach out to you never imagined because you are breathing life into people. You're inspiring them. That's what that word means. Or you stuck, static, plateaued. And if so, maybe it's time to get out of the rut. Maybe it's time to take an action. Maybe it's time to get a coach. Maybe it's time to get in a room. Maybe it's time to change environments. Or, man, your attitude it's been so bad for so long that it's just cemented in your life. And you don't want that. And if so, man, all you got to do is do a 180. As my buddy Dr. Hotze said, Mandy Livingston, so many things in life, if you just gave them a shot, you'd find out, man. There's always a better way to do it. So I'm Coach Burt. Everybody needs a coach in life. Thank you. Thank you for thank you for letting me be your coach. You guys have a great day. God bless you.
Before I get started, there is one very important question I have to ask you.
Coach Micheal Burt, Monster Producer Academy CEO. He's a personal friend of mine.
What good is it to have knowledge with no desire? What good is it to have desire with no skill? What good is it to have knowledge and skill with no confidence?
A big part of activating your prey drive is finding and refining your talent. This is something that helps you get to the next place.
People are made up of 4 parts: a body, a mind, a heart, and a spirit.
You need to know you, and then you need to have an awareness, and sometimes you don't even know what you need.
So all 4 parts of our nature have to be clicking. Your hard skill solves my problem. The bigger the problem, the more money people will pay to solve it.
Everything is valuable to your future. What I'm really paying you for is your past.
A monster producer combines multiple skills to dominate a market.
When you get to wake up every day and do what you love doing, man, it is hard not to be motivated.
They think at a higher ordinance than everybody else. They want to create new things.
I have a conviction about me, and that's the conviction that you feel when I talk, when I speak. It comes across as passion.
You got to learn how to connect to another person at such a deep level that it moves them. You have goals, you have targets, but you don't have a sense of urgency.
They're going to exchange money, energy, they're going to raise capital, they're going to start new businesses, there's going to be joint ventures.
I think your purpose finds you. It is activated. The word activate means to initiate.
Discipline, which is a derivative of the word disciple, which means to give yourself to a person or cause you believe in. Do you believe in your future, yes or no?
When we know better, we do better. Finding the problem that you are uniquely qualified to solve, and you don't know what problem you really solve for whom, then there is no big financial exchange right there. You should leave here thinking bigger today than when you came.
And I want to shake your hand and look you in the eyeball when you make this decision. Thank you. We'll see you in the back. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.